In the midst of the vibrant 1930s, Egypt found itself in a period of significant change, both socially and politically. The decade was marked by the interplay between the forces of colonialism, rising nationalism, and the desire for modernization. By the 1930s, Egypt was a kingdom under the nominal sovereignty of King Fuad I, yet substantially influenced by British colonial rule, which had begun in 1882. Although the 1922 Declaration of Egyptian Independence had formally ended Egypt's status as a British protectorate, substantial friction remained. The decade began with a burgeoning nationalist movement, dominated by the Wafd Party, which advocated for complete independence from British rule. The first half of the 1930s saw Wafdist leaders, like Mustafa al-Nahas, striving to navigate and negotiate independence through political channels. Education and cultural reforms were also championed during this time, with a focus on modernization. This era witnessed the flourishing of Egyptian cinema and literature, featuring iconic figures such as Kulthum, who became cultural symbols of the nation's spirit. However, the political scene was fraught with instability. In 1936, Egypt entered into the Anglo-Egyptian Treaty, which signified a partial win for the nationalist movement by allowing greater self-governance. This agreement granted Egypt more control over its affairs and led to the withdrawal of British troops from Cairo, although they retained control of the Suez Canal zone. The 1930s also saw the rise of more radical elements within Egyptian society. The Muslim Brotherhood, founded by Hassan al-Banna in 1928, began gaining traction as a significant social and political force. Their influence laid the groundwork for future political movements throughout the Middle East. As the decade closed, King Farouk ascended to the throne in 1936, following the death of King Fuad I. His reign, marked by the continuation of political tensions and the looming shadows of World War II, set the stage for Egypt's mid-20th century transformation. The 1930s was a pivotal decade in Egyptian history, setting the foundations for the nation's future path toward independence and modern statehood.